presented by wrestling fans. Not sports entertainment fans. Professional wrestling fans! Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! This is
the Wrestling Matters Podcast, a podcast that stands up for professional wrestling. Why? Because wrestling matters. So join the revolution, because the revolution is now.
World, look into my eyes. When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world. We are ICW and you're gonna know our name. Here we fucking go!
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up!
Yes! 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 Yes!
That's 13-14!
Make it till death!
Dina, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold Simpson.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, and ICW Mafia, ICW fans all across the UK and all across the world, in fact. My name is Anthony Walker. This is the ICW Podcast, presented by Wrestling Matters. Hope you're all well in whatever it is you are doing. Hope you're enjoying your Tuesdays. And it is time for another ICW review. That's right, ICW Podcast, where I review the best shows taken from the ICW On Demand service. So, as you well know, guys, we did, starting 3 to 4 weeks ago, we did the Fringe Night 1, and then we did Night 2, and then we took a break from that and did Shugs Hoose Party in build-up to House Party number 2, which I'll be reviewing on this podcast very, very soon. Also, last week we did Night 3. Well, it's time for Night 4, ladies and gentlemen. And also, there may be a reschedule on the podcast as well. I don't know, but I'll talk about that later on. But without further ado, we'll get into it. This is Night 4 of the 4-week Fringe show at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and it started off with an intro with Billy Kirkwood and Jackie Polo, and then it started with Noam Dar against Joe Coffey. Mat Wrestling, Joe gets a near fall, Dar looking to work on the arm, Coffey in control. Chain Wrestling, Mat Wrestling, so far Joe hits an arm drag looking to work on the arm. Dar uses ref to counter Joe. Joe uses a bear hug on Dar. Great counter wrestling by both men. Dar in control. Dar counters discus clothesline with a kick. Joe uses the arm flips. Dar gets a near fall. Mat Wrestling, Joe getting advantage working on the arm. Dar hits a single leg drop kick. Double arm swing into a suplex, gets a near fall for Joe. Toe to toe in the ring, both men. So even. It was unbelievable. Dar hits a German suplex. Counters clothesline, bites Joe in the arm, kick to the leg, hits Inseguri, hits a fisherman buster and gets the win. Dar clears the air with ICW and has a bit of a laugh as well after the match. Now, the next match was involving Kenny Williams and Darkseid, member at the time of the New Age Clique. If I can find where I'm at here. There we go. Darkseid says he is shit, and that Kenny is shit, and gives him a chance to leave. Kenny backdrops Darkseid, springboard elbow, gets Kenny a near fall. Nice neckbreaker gets Kenny a near fall. Second rope clothesline gets Kenny a near fall. Darkseid hits a clothesline, flattens Kenny. Darkseid in control. Second rope elbow by Kenny gets a near fall on Darkseid. Actually, I take that back. He didn't get a near fall. Kennedy wanted Kenny to use a weapon. Darkseid stopped that and uses it himself, right in the groin while Kenny's on the Tree of War. Hanging suplex by Darkseid on Kenny gets a near fall. Advantage Darkseid. Kenny in a lot of trouble. Darkseid hits a takedown, gets a near fall. Kenny locks a sleeper on Darkseid, gets out of it. Darkseid hits a deadlift suplex and gets a near fall. Kenny hits his tornado DDT, which is quad buster, off the second rope, gets a near fall. Drop kick to the back, roll up, near fall, then a kick to the chest by Kenny gets him a near fall. Jiu-jitsu throw by Darkseid gets him a near fall. Single leg drop kick by Kenny gets him a near fall. Northern Lights suplex roll through. Chokehold locked on by Kenny and by Darkseid rather, and Kenny taps out. After the match, James R. Kennedy mocks and humiliates Kenny like he did last week on the show, and the week before that as well. They had Joe Hendry beat him up. Liam Thompson and Kid fight. Mat wrestling into chain wrestling. Liam gets a break. Arm dragged by Kid. Kid gets a near fall. Kid works the ankle, but Liam gets out and gets a headlock. Great wrestling between the two. Rolling neck snap gets Kid a near fall. Snap suplex gets another near fall. Both men take the fight in the crowd. The fight is at the bar area. Fight back at ringside. Liam drop kicks Kid outside while Kid fight is sitting on the chairs. Second rope diving elbow gets a near fall for Liam. Advantage Liam. Liam loses his focus, gets in the fan's face. Kid hits a chop and gets a near fall. Liam hits a suplex and gets a near fall. Pace slowed down a bit. Snapmare drop kick to the back of the head gets Liam a near fall. Two slaps, kick. Kid hits a brainbuster and gets a near fall. Corner drop kick gets a near fall for Kid. Top rope drop kick gets Liam a near fall. Kid hits a powerbomb in the corner. Then a sit out powerbomb but gets a near fall. Liam hits a backcracker from the top and gets a near fall. Liam misses a diving headbutt. Kid hits the DVD and gets a near fall. Counter for counter. Liam hits Northern Lights, gets a near fall. Liam hits drop kick in the corner. Kid hits a hard clothesline. A lot to get through in this match. Toe to toe, both men hit double cross body, but the time runs out and this match is declared a draw, and both men unwillingly shake hands. Now for the last match of the hour, I guess you could say. The last match of the hour, or the last match of the first hour, that is, or the first half. That was Jackie Polo and Sweeney. Sweeney attacks Jackie, beats the hell out of him. Both men outside, Jackie fighting back. Sweeney manhandles Jackie. Polo catches Sweeney, unloads on Sweeney, but the big man fights back. Running headbutt in the corner. Sweeney hits a choke bomb, gets a near fall. Jackie counters a power bomb, gets a near fall. Polo hits his power slams on Sweeney. Jackie hits Sweeney with bread. Yes, you heard me correct, bread. Jackie wearing out Sweeney with a chin lock on the mat, slowing the big man down. Sweeney using his power and speed on Jackie. Sweeney slams Jackie off the top, Ric Flair style. Sweeney runs into a drop kick, then Polo hits his second rope elbow. Sweeney counters, hits a headbutt. Second time lucky on the powerbomb by Sweeney and gets him the victory. Quite relatively simple as that, really. 1-2 powerbomb, and even put sunglasses on it as well, which was quite hilarious. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. That was the first half of this podcast. I'll be back right after these quick messages with the second half. So stay tuned. Be sure to tune in each and every Wednesday for the Progress Wrestling Podcast. That's right, each and every week on Wednesdays, for the time being at least, I will be reviewing their shows from their on-demand service, Demand Progress. So be sure to check out the hottest promotion to come out of London. That's right, it's Progress Wrestling. This is Progress. This is a podcast on Progress. Every Wednesday on SoundCloud, YouTube, OSW TV, and every other podcasting site that matters. Be sure to check it out. Wrestling matters, wrestling fans. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the part 2 of the ICW podcast. And I said at the beginning of the show that there was going to be some rescheduling on this podcast. Next week will be Dave's Not Here Man will be reviewed, and then the week after that it could be the Mary Hill Show, then Shugs House Party 2, and it could be whatever after that as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But next week will be Dave's Not Here Man. But until then, let's get back to part 2 of the podcast. DCT comes out with a megaphone, but the ref and security get rid of him, and that leads into the match with Damo and Dickie Divers. Divers attacks Damo from behind with a chair, runs his mouth. Damo kicks him in the face, and then the bell rings. Divers may be in trouble. That was until Divers drop kicks Damo off the apron and then dives on him. Divers looking to wrestle Damo. Divers slapping Damo. Damo flapjacks him. Fight back is on. Surfboard senton, which way he stands on him and he just drops down, does a senton. Very painful move considering someone 22 stone is standing on you. Who else? Rolling senton gets Damo near fall. Insecurity, then a drop kick by Divers rocks Damo. Divers hits a top rope elbow Damo kicks out at 1. Damo goes for all the best of Belfast, the electric chair into a cradle bomb, and Damo gets the win, and then throws Divers out like if he's some sort of trash. Considering that was a 20-minute time limit, it wasn't really that much, was it? Now for the 0G Championship match. Sebastian Radclaw, yes, you heard me correct, going one-on-one with Mark Coffey. Radclaw says it's nice to be back in ICW. Radclaw looking for a handshake. Coffey slaps him. Radclaw slaps back, but Coffey unloads. Coffey in control. Radclaw on the mat, controlling Radclaw on the mat. Dropkick by Coffey gets a near fall. Mark unloads on Sebastian, gets a near fall. All Coffey at this point. Mark unloading on Sebastian. No offense by Sebastian. Mark has Radclaw's monkey, throws it at the stage. Radclaw hits a slingshot clothesline, fight back on. Radclaw botches a moonsault, dives on Coffey instead. Radclaw hits a spring-legged moonsault, gets a near fall. Sunset bomb gets a near fall for Radclaw. Deadwish forearm, clothesline, deadlift suplex, back suplex that is. Gets a near fall. Then Mark hits the pump handle power slam and gets the win. New Age Click come out. Chris says it's historic night and says it's historic because they're going to have their tag title rematch now. Calls out Iron Jude, said gets the Bucky Boys, and they want a piece. They want in on this match. And Iron Jude comes out and accepts the match, which leads to a tag title match involving Iron Jude, Colt Cabana and Grado, New Age Click, BT God and Chris Renfrew against Stevie Boy and Kaylee Ray. 3-way dance for the ICW tag titles. NAK back out a little bit. They play mind games. Double airplay spin. NAK come in, get thrown out. Kaylee Ray and Stevie Boy try to lift Iron Joe up to no avail. Big 300-pound guys. 300-pound guys, maybe less, I don't know. Stevie unloads on BT. BT hits his chops. BT does a handstand in the corner, tries to play mind games with Stevie Boy, but Stevie Boy just kicks him in the face. Miscue by NAK, Stevie gets a near fall. Renfrew hits a high clothesline, then 3 knee drops. Colt Cabana gets tagged in. BT stops Cole. NAK look to isolate Colt Cabana. Renfrew slowing Colt down. Colt unloads on Renfrew, but BT stops the tag, or the attempted tag. Again slowing down Colt, the NAK. BT hits a drop kick, gets a near fall. Colt in a lot of trouble. Cabana counters the T-Virus, fight back on, tags in Grado. Iron Drew do their Dudley Boys impersonation, the WhatsApp, but Grado misses the headbutt, but Kaylee Ray hits a double drop kick off the top rope. Kaylee Ray rides Grado on the back. Grado does not like it. That's in a way. He's gone in the face of Kaylee. Kaylee Ray slaps him. Both of them try to hug it out, and then Renfrew attacks. Combination Bulldog Insecurity gets Kaylee Ray near fall. BT hits the Pele kick. Colt in charge hits butt splashes on both Stevie and BT. BT hits a super kick on Colt, then rolls through double stomp on Stevie Boy and gets a near fall. BT, that is. A super Tower of Doom, everyone involved, takes place. Colt being underneath and powerbombing them. Colt unloads on NAK. Kaylee Ray slaps Colt. Grado hits the elbow because Colt was going for the elbow. He did the Dusty Rose on the NAK. And he was going to do it on Kaylee Ray, but Kaylee Ray ends up slapping him. But Grado does it instead. Iron Drew hits a double rolling slice. NAK gets a near fall. BT stops Grado from doing the wee boot. Chris counters the get to your bed and rolls through Colt, rolls him up and gets the win, and NAK win the tag titles again. ICW locker room come out, led by Mark Dallas. Mark makes 3 matches for next week, which I'll be reviewing as well in a couple of weeks, all being well, or very soon. Which were Chris against Grado, Darkside versus Drew. The winner gets Jester at Fear and Loathing, and Wolfgang and BT Gunn in a dog collar match. Mark sets the ICW roster on NAK. ICW beat down the NAK. Mark says thank you for their support because that was their 50th show. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the ICW podcast. And that was 4 out of 5 for me. I loved it, as I always do with ICW. I mean, I could rate these all day. I don't think there's a bad show on there, to be honest, from what I've seen at least. some old school shows, some new school shows, some now shows as well, some classic moments, classic interviews as well, all on the ICW on-demand service. $6 American and $3.94, $3.74, something like that. UK money as well. It is relatively cheap. £3 something is relatively cheap, and trust me, it'll be the best £3.74, 94, whatever it is. It'll be the best money you've spent, because it's all worth it as well. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the ICW podcast. ICW Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in. Wrestling Matters podcast fans, thank you so much. Wrestling fans all over the world, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and listen to this. I'll be back next week with another ICW podcast. Be sure to tune in to the Wrestling Matters podcast on a Monday and Progress Wrestling on Wednesday as well. And until then, peace out.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! Yes! 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 That's 13-14! Make it till death!
Dina, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line! Cause Stone Cold Simpson!